Okay. So are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, visible on.
Visible, right? So output determination is nothing but like a how you are sending your information to the vendor. Okay, how you are communicating to your information output, how you communicating your information to the vendor. So the different ways of mediums we have. Medium types like how you are might be you can take the output in the printout and you can send the manually to email, or you can do the fax, you can do, okay, you can send the email and you can use the EDI and ALE formats. There's different medium types are there. We can configure based on the client requirement. Okay, and moreover here we are also be discussing about the output type. Okay, so the standard output type is the NEU. Okay, so you can use the NEU output type or you can configure your own customized NEU also. Okay, and why we need to customize it here in case if you want to be use different functionalities like different mediums at a time. Okay, so it will be converted ALE and at a time it will be converted as a output type. Okay, those cases how it will be using, that will be we can use the multiple output types. And we also need to be device. Okay, we need to be also device setup. Okay, so this device will be set up by basis team. So what is the purpose of this one? Printer. What is the printer you are exactly connecting? So that printer, the basis team will provide a printer details and everything. So those printer details also we have to be provided. Okay, and there will be one more setting which is like when you need to generate this output. Okay, suppose let's say once I created PO. Okay, once it is PO saved, immediately the output should be generated. So you can do that also, or you want to be manually you want to be manually generate the output. So that is also possible. Okay, so there are different options are there. Scheduling job also it is possible. Okay, let's do in the SAP system how we can do. Okay. Okay, so to do the output determination, the configuration part is SAP reference IMG. Okay, here if you see that, go to output determination. So this is also similar to the pricing procedure. How we are doing for the pricing procedures, the same way we have to do configuration also for this output determination. Okay, so for this, sorry. Okay. For this, what we need to do, we can go to output determination configuration. Okay, let's see where we can see this output determination. So here, if you go to messages, in these messages, you can see that there is a output determination control. Okay, here what we need to do, either you can define the search strategies. Okay, suppose how we are doing in the pricing procedure, the same way we can do here the search strategies. But here search strategy is because it is for the output to determination. It's not for the pricing procedure. It is for the output determination. Okay, you can define your own condition table for the purchase order. Okay, you can define for the request for quotation, you can define for outline agreements, and you can define for schedule agreements in bond deliveries. So uh, you can define the different types of the condition tables here. So how we are defining for the pricing procedure condition table. So the same way here, what is the use of the condition table? We are creating table with the combination of the different fields. Those fields, the table we are using in the search strategy. The search strategy, how it will be useful while we are maintaining condition records. We can maintain this condition records like suppose when the plant and this vendor. Okay, when this purchase organization plant and this vendor, should be triggered to the email. Okay, if suppose plant and vendor and different output medium, then again it should be fax. So might be multiple vendors having using the different output type mediums, right? They have the fax feasibility are there. Might be they have the email feasibility there, or they don't have anything SAP system or non-SAP system. We have to be sending this manually. So there are different options we can for the different vendors. So you can define your own condition table. Then what to do? We have to be define the access sequence. So access sequence, what is the purpose of the access sequence? We are assigning our access sequence with condition tables. That's a strategy. Yeah, it is how we are doing for the pricing budget, the same process. Okay, then after access sequence, what we can do, we can define our own message types. Okay, message types is nothing but like output types. Okay, as just now we discussed, right? So creating the new output type or by using the existing output types. So standard we have NUU. Okay. So you can take the NUU also, or you can define your own customize also. Okay. So what we'll do here, we are assigning that what is the access sequence, okay, and what is the program. Okay, if suppose this is the standard program, if we want to do some customized program or customize smart form, okay, what do you mean by smart form? Okay, the output designing. So how the client they need, suppose in the top they want to be client logo, and then there will be different outputs, right? Like the from and to and address and material numbers, what information it is required. So instead of I'm using standard, I can use the customized also. So if you already created some smart form, okay, suppose I have the smart forms, let's say, okay, anyone is created smart forms, let's see, okay. So there are smart forms they created, right? So here, if you can see that, let's see any smart form which is created somewhere, okay. So I didn't see that any, okay. So let's see, there are someone they create, these are the standard only. So, but it should be start with the G series, okay. So let's, if someone they created with the G series. Okay, so this is a posting data or posting, it's not a MMPO, okay. So purchase no one created, but if there someone they created above us, so we can use that, okay. But here no one created any customized one. Okay, if there is anything which is created, what will happen? You can see, you can assign this smart form instead of standard smart form. You can use that. You can use this smart form. This whenever you are using your customized smart form, what will be happen? Okay, the system will take the smart form whatever it is designed. If suppose see here, there will be a rejection letter. Okay, so they design like someone they design like this design. Okay, so once you generated this one, okay, whatever it is linked here, the smart form, the logo, okay, and our if see here the logo which is somebody they are logoed here. Okay, so like we can see in the multiple logos. Let's see if I can show you something. Okay, images. If suppose they want to be add this logo in the top, okay, or they want to be as a customized like they want to be look into like this one, okay. So all the details with this one. So different clients they are using in the different forms, right? So if you see here, so this is a purchase order in the top and the vendor address and from and to and ship to address and from material number. So whatever the information they required, okay, those information they will design the smart forms, okay. So that general they are using smart forms or scripts, okay. So there is a two ways we can create, that is abapper will do, it's not our job. If there is any customized smart form which is there, that we can assign in the smart form values. Here you can assign the program, okay. And here dispatch time. So if suppose if I selected third one, send with application own transaction. Okay, then what you mean by that? Once you created the PO, it will save. Okay, but it won't be generate any PO output. When it will be generated PO output, once you run the separate transaction, there was a separate transaction for the output generation that you have to run. If you selected 4, what will be happen? The system will automatically immediately it will be generate output once you save the PO. Okay, and this for the scheduling jobs. Okay, you can also do the scheduling jobs at a time. If suppose they want to be scheduled, okay, every 1 hour they want to be generate all the outputs, so they can do the periodic jobs also. We can do it. Okay, and print parameters here you can use. Okay, and if there is any mail related, you can. It should be configured in the. It should be in the written in the program level also. They have to be written in the program level also. Okay, so this is the conditions here. Then here, what is the languages? Different languages. You in which language you can generate output. Okay, suppose China people they are generating that, so they want to be in the China language, and India people they are generating, so they want to be in the local language. So how you want to be generate their languages, you can enter here. In the processing routine, if you see here, okay, there are different mediums as we discussed right now. We have different mediums, printout and fax. Okay, like see here, fax, telex, and external send, EDA, and simple. There are so many options are there. Okay, so you can use whatever the client recommend. They can use based on the option. What you need to do in the program level or in the smart. If you define your own smart form, you can assign here. You have to be assigned in here that whatever the smart form you define, the smart form you have to be written here. Okay, and this is the standard PO program. Okay, this will not be changed. This program will not be changed, but this will be changed. Smart form will be changed. Okay, so for only output. Okay, now here you can also define the partner roles. Okay, if suppose ordering address will be different, the main vendor is different, partner functions how it will work. Okay, so if whether I need to send to the ordering address vendor or I just send to the main vendor. Okay, so this also we can do by using here. So you can configure here. Okay, so this is the way we can define. Okay, and let's see. We'll try to do one. And here we should that fine-tuned articles. Okay, so if you see that whether the output type. Okay, whenever you're generating output type under creation mode, this is the operation like. Okay, one is to create a new and change like that. Okay. So how many times you are repeating that, and what are the changes we can replicate this one? Okay. So whether it should be allowed again repeated. That's next time if you want to do some changes in the output. Okay, that means in the configuration you mention only create time. Then only when you are creating PO, then only to be generated. If you selected 2 also, that means when you are changing the PO, the system will also will be triggering again the output type. Okay, so like we can define the whether it is allowed, it should be allowing for creation time or change time, and what output type should be triggered, whether it should be allowed or not. That we are generating here. Okay, so let's go to one by one. We'll do process wise. Okay, first what I'm doing here, I'm just checking that. Okay, so they are already defined some this one, right? They already defined some configuration. So what I'm just doing that, I'm just creating my own condition table here. Okay, so create condition table here. Okay, as I said that we can start with 9 series. Okay, and we have to check that what are the existing 9 series, and if it is not there, then we can create our own. Okay, now I'm trying with the new. Okay, and you can take these also. These are the options like. Okay, so the highest level which is purchasing a document type. Okay, and I'm just after that I'm just taking the vendor. Okay, and I'm just maintaining that purchase organization. Okay, so in this purchasing document type and this vendor and this purchase organization, if suppose you want to go with a material also, you can go, or you can go with the purchasing groups also. Okay, so I'm just taking combinations of purchasing document type, vendor, purchase organization, purchasing group. Okay, I'm just clicking on the generate. So what we did in the pricing procedure, same here also. Okay, and here I said, right, if it is a real time, you need to be assigned the what package exactly. Okay, you should not save in the local object. Okay, but now we don't have anything, right? I can save in the directly local object. What will be happen in case of local object to, if it is saving in the local object to, it won't be transferred to other systems. Okay, if you're saving the package, then only we can move the changes to other systems, other servers. Clear? So now I'm just saving the local object. So now system generating that the table 999 table which is created. Okay. Now what is the next step? Access sequence. Let's define our own access sequence here. Okay. So let's copy from here and existing, and we can copy here. And I'm just creating that 999. Okay, that 999 already there. Okay, jet 009. Okay, and you can copy all. Okay, and save. First you save that one in the transport request number. Okay, and save here and go to access sequence. And now these are all already exist here. Okay, what I'm doing, I'm just deleting all this and I'm just creating my own sequence. Okay, my own sequence. Now I'm just going to new entries on the 05 and what is I'm created. My table is 999. Okay.
999.
And you can select here. Okay. So if you see that this is a requirement, in case if you want to be go with any customized requirements like what we had discussed, right? There's some logic if you want to be implement. Okay. So you can use this requirement type to build that. Okay, that means if a buffer they want to write some logic, if the client is particularly looking into the some customized requirement, okay, those cases you can generate, you can use this requirement type. Okay, now save. Okay, now then save, then select and click on fields. Okay, enter. Now it is captured purchasing document type, vendor, purchase organization, purchase group combination. Okay. So you are clear, right? What we did as of now, right? Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. Now what we are doing here? Just save. Now we created access sequence. Now we are creating our own message type. Okay. Go to maintain message type and create your own message type by copying from the NEU. Okay. Select this one and copy this one. Okay. And suppose I'm just creating jet POU. Okay, something I'm just creating for testing purpose. Okay, and I need to assign my own access sequence here. Okay, that is what we created here. Jet 099.
99.
Jet we
Z0
create
99.
jet 999, not for course. Jet 009. Is that?
Okay, 00.
So you can change the name also. The access sequence name also you can change. That means actually okay. I'll just saving this one first. Okay, it's saving all the tables. Okay. The script all it's saving. Okay, whatever it is there, it is saving. That means languages we are entering, right? Multiple languages are there, right? That language.
Yeah.
What you can do here in the access sequence, okay, you can also change the this description. Okay. So what we are assigned document type, okay, and purchase organization, vendor, and what is the extra purchasing group. Okay. So that is also you can enter the. So that I can see when I just see that access sequence, I can easily understand that okay, these are the assigned, okay, in the this one. So I just assign document type, vendor, purchase organization, purchase group. Okay. So you can change the description also. That's not a problem. Then message types we created, right? And now go to message types. What is the message types we created? Jet 0, Jet POU. Okay, so I just created Jet POU and double click on that and assign your access sequence here. Okay, and the program will be standard here. If you in the real time, if there is any customized thing which is there, we can assign. And if you want to be select 4 or 3, we can define. And the default one is printout transaction medium. You can define whatever it is default values, and partner functions. You can define what is the partner functions. Okay. Okay. Now other things under it's same. Okay. Just for a printout, whether purchase group or not, and then click on this one, mail title and text here. You can see the languages here. Different languages are maintained. Then go to processing routine. In this processing routine, if you have a smart form, one smart form it is there, you can define here smart form. If it is not done, then let's keep it like that to do the practice. Okay. Generally, in the every real time, they are assigning own customized smart forms. Okay. So already they defined some customized output types. Okay. So like which is starting with Jet series, there are so many it is there, but it's I didn't say that PO related. Okay. If anything which is PO related, I can assign. But I didn't see that anywhere the PO related smart forms which is created by above first. Okay. Now I'm just again go to partners. So okay, for printout, I just said right what medium, what partner function should be allowed, for what medium, what partner should be allowed. Okay, that we are assigned here. Okay, now so we created our own medium type output type. Okay, output type also I created, and now we have to assign here our at the time of creation it should be trigger, and at the time of change also it should be trigger. So what is the we created POU, right? So that POU we have to assign here for new. And again for change also you can assign like same. Okay. So different factors here it is there. Okay, if you see that one is PO create and PO change, and arguing reminder mails. Okay, arguing reminder mails are the PO monitoring related. Okay, and if the RFQ rejection, schedule agreements. Okay, like order acknowledgement. If you want to do order acknowledgement also, you can do order acknowledgement. Okay, so suppose if you want to do order acknowledgement also, you can define this order acknowledgement for your own customized one, or you can allow AUFP. This is the standard one. Okay. Okay. Now this is fine tuned. Then after that, okay, this is the requirements, message requirements. What I just explained, right? So if you can define your own routine and you can write the customized above program. Okay. So if you see here, there are so many applications are there. V1 and V2, V3, these are all shipping related and sales order related. Ours it is the EF. Okay, EF it is the purchase order related. Okay, so if you can see here, there are options are there. EF is the purchase order, and EA is the purchase RFQ and inbound delivery, schedule agreements, entry service and receipt, outline agreements. Okay, but okay, so like if you want to be any restriction, or you want to be do some above coding, you can do in the particular 101. Okay, reprint and doing like this one. Okay, just click on here and just click on here source text, and here you can write the logic here. Whatever the logic is there, you can write the logic. So why we need to do this one? So might be it's client requirement, like once the PO is released, still they want to be validate something like version management or something they want to be validate, changes they want to be validate, then they can write their own customized one. Okay, so this is the way we can do the message control. Okay, then finally we are defining that our own message schema group. Okay, so how we creating pricing schema? Like here also we have to be create the own pricing schema. Okay, output schema. So here we can assign our own customized output types. Okay, that means when it is assigned, okay, these are the output types will be allowed in the PO. Okay, so what I'm just doing, I'm just copying from here. And what I'm just doing, I'm just going to step 5.1 and my ZPOU. Okay, I'm assigning this one. Okay. So different output types. The use of the different output types are, one is the output determination and tuning, okay, and subcontracting. If you want to be defined one customized also, you can do it. Okay. So it is like a pricing schema. Okay. How pricing schema varies. Now then you need to assign this pricing schema to a purchaser. Okay. If there is any customized one you are defined, you can enter that customized one here. Okay. So anyway, we are using standard one here. Okay, we can copy also. We can copy and we can delete the other whatever not required. Okay, we can delete it. Okay, or we can use the same output type and we can add our own condition type. Okay, so I'm just using the same output type. Okay, output schema group. Then what we need to do, you have to be define your partner roles for the message type. How these partner roles will be allowing to the our own type. So what is the output type? PO get POU. So anyway, we just copied, right? That's why it is all already capturing. But in case if you are doing manually without copying, then you have to be maintained all these combinations like vendor, whether you want to be triggered for a VN or whether you want to be triggered with ordering address. Okay, the output to ordering address or it is a main vendor. Okay, now you have to be define your own output devices here for each purchasing group level. Okay, so this is the we have a standard LP01. Okay, output type, or we can use the LOCL also. Okay, some cases what will be happen? They have the LOCL local printer. Okay, so it depends on the client what they can define their own output devices they can define. Okay, it is not necessary you have to use the LP01 LOCL. Okay, so you can use the whatever the output type devices you want to use, you can use. Okay, so it is just like a output printer printer selection. Okay, which is that it is a default printer connected front end to a type SAP. Okay, if it is suppose LP01. Okay, it is again do not delete default print device without a physical destination. Okay, so these are all standard SAP they provided. Okay, you should not delete the LP01, LPCL. Okay, for testing purpose we can use, but real time how it will be like, you can define your own output devices, printer selections. Okay, that basis team will define the printers. Okay, that they will configure in the SAP. Okay, and now fields relevant to the printouts changes. So here you should be write that what information you need to be captured into the PO output. Okay, city, country, house number, name, postal code, street. Okay, so all this information whether when you are generating a print, okay, what information should be generated. Okay, so you just need to be add a field. If you are created any customized one, you want to be display into the output, then you have to be add here. Then only to be captured. Okay, so there are so many options are there when change print, PO change print. Okay, or RFQ, and it is a contract. It is scheduling agreement. Okay, so like text numbers. This is also text numbers is nothing but like a routines, right? Which we defined routines like. Okay, clear? So that the combinations routines we can define here. Okay. So this is the way we are change text and text results. You can maintain code system changed. Okay, if someone they changed. Okay, PO changed. Okay, or they changed something terms of payment they changed. So what are the information should be captured? Okay, when output is generating. Okay, so those information we can capture using this text, and this is for a routine. Okay. So this is the way we have to do the configuration for the output. Okay, and there is a transaction code. We can go to directly NACE the transaction code. Okay, here you can see for the all the document types. Okay, all the documents like purchase order, schedule agreement, contracts, outline agreement, sales order, shipping. Okay, invoice. So ERS. Okay, there are so many we have. So you need to be select the what exactly you want to do. Select this one. The same configuration what you did, the same here also you can see. Okay, select this purchase order and click on output type. And in the output types, just check that whether our output type which is triggered or not. The ZPOU, yes, this is triggered here. Okay, then if you want to change that anything, you can change languages and you can change the smart form. You can change the part functions, anything here, and also you can change the. Okay, you can also change that any access sequence you want to be changed or anything which is program related or default values they want to be changed, they can change it. Okay, NAC is the one custom direct transaction code, and you can see also pricing budgets. There are some pricing budgets which is defined. This pricing budget we already assigned our own condition type. Right, then you can also check the access sequence. Okay, that access sequence which we defined the Z009 and what's the combinations here, document type vendor combination purchase organization. You can see here the field names and what are the fields it is there. Okay, now you have to create the condition record. Okay, so this is the how we are maintaining the pricing condition record. So automatic picking. Like here also time dependent condition records how we are maintaining in the pricing budget. The same way we have to maintain here also for our own customized output type. So ZPOU, I have defined ZPOU, right? So as of now we didn't create it, right? So what we can do, we can create this one. Go to create. Okay, just go back and. Now I just need to be to create button, right? Let's go to create. Okay. Now, what is the combinations we have? So we have defined own okay, sorry. What is the output type? ZPOU, right? Okay. Just click on combinations here. This is the combination document type vendor purchase organization purchase group. So we are assigned only one combination, right? That combination we are doing now. Okay, what is the purchasing document? Let's say purchasing document type is NB. Okay, and what is the vendor? 100 is the vendor. Okay. Now, what is the purchase organization? What is the purchase organization? 1000. Then what is the purchase group? If you have the own customer purchase group, if you can define, or it's just a assigning what we are assigning, just like 011. Let's say Sundar 011. Okay, and partner function is VN. Okay, and here the options you have to be selected at printout, fax, telex, how it is like. Okay, I'm just selecting printout, and here again you can select here. Okay, whether you need to be sent immediately or whether you need to be generated manually, and you can enter the languages here. Shape. So now I maintain my own condition record. Okay, so you can go to display and you can see that condition record. Okay, this is the condition record I maintain. Now just try to create a PO. Okay, with this combination. Let's see if there is any if there is no loops. Okay, that means if there is no other combination which is maintained in the different document type level or output type level, then obviously should be work. Okay, here we assign for 011, right? Purchase group. So I'm assigning 011 here. Okay, so I'm assigning 011, then I can enter the other details. Other details are same. Okay, now you can, if you just click on the messages, okay, if you see that my ZPOU it's captured. NAU someone they maintain, so that's why it's coming. And ZPOU also it is we maintain, that's why it is coming. Okay. Now if you can see here by clicking on this information, okay, you can see communication methods like what's the logical destination which we are maintaining. Okay, what are the options we are selected here. Okay, all it will come defaultly. Okay, what we are maintaining the NACE, and again just select this one and click on the further data. You can see that it is sending a own transaction or it is sending immediately. If you want to change here, you can change it also. Okay, manually you can change it, but automatically it is capturing. Okay, from the condition records. And also we have the repeat output type. In case it is already generated, do you want to be repeat again? Already generated and do you want to be repeat again? Then you can select the repeat output. Okay. Now I'm just saving this one. Okay. Now the PO output type defined with my own customized output type. Now, since we selected this own transaction, so I need to be manually run the transaction. So to do this one, we have the transaction code ME9F, okay, for purchase order. Okay, so for purchase order, we have to select the ME9F and we have to enter the PO number and message types and all the other details, and processing status will be 0. That means it is started, still not yet processed. Okay, and execute. If everything is good, then it will become perfectly. And now you can generate you can see output message and you can see the message details, all these details here again. Okay, and select this one and you can see the display message also. Okay, the output, how it is triggering like that, this output. This is standard output, right? So this is standard output we are assigned. If it is customized, then you customize in the top, you will get a logo from and to address. So I just shown in the Google, right? The same format, like it's different. It depends on the client. Okay. Now I need to be generate output here. So I'm just generating. So whenever it is coming checkbox, that means it is outputted. Okay. Now somebody they configure, it is configured like PDF format. Okay. So you can save this into PO, suppose 1. Okay, I'm just saving this one into my desktop. So now this is the generated with my PO format. So now this is PO PDF format which is generated. So the languages which is maintained. Okay, so now you can see the output here. Okay. Clear? So this is the way we can generate. Yes. Now once it is generated, what will be happen in the PO? Okay, if you go to again back and if you see that messages, okay, let's see. Go to ME23 and okay, if it is already generated, okay, this will come as a green color. Okay, so once it is processed, okay, if you want to reprocess again, what you need to do? You need to be select the processing strategy. It's already processed successfully. So successfully processed, you have to select. Okay, then only you can able to see that. Okay, or else it won't be display here. Okay, and if you want to be regenerate again, repeat again. Okay, suppose I just want to repeat again. I just missed this output. Okay, what I can do, I can go to select this one and click on a repeat output. Okay, and save. So then again it will be generated. Okay, suppose let's say this time what I need to do. Okay, let's go to change. Okay, this time what I need to do, I just want to go with the automatic. Once it is saved, PO, I just want to generate immediately. So then I can select the 4 and go back and save. Then what will be happen? Once it is PO created, okay, the system automatically PDF will be generated. Output will be generated. So now I can save the PO2. So I don't want to go with ME9F and do this one. Okay, it's not required. You can do directly by selecting the messages type has a 4. Okay, clear? So this is the way output generates we can do. Once it is generated, automatically it is coming green. Okay, no need to do again ME9F for that. If you selected automatic, that means immediately. If you select the third option, that you have to do the manually go to ME9F and you have to be generate that. Okay. In case suppose, okay, I will show you one more thing, which is okay. Go to chain. Now what I'm doing here, I'm repeating again this same output type, but what I'm just doing here, I'm just changing my communication method from LOCL to LP01. Okay, so LP01. Now I'm just saving this one. Okay, now, so what is the output type which we selected here for the data? Which is tree. So tree means we have to manually run. Now we go to back and select PO and execute this one. Okay. Now you can generate here. Okay. Output again. Why? Because this is a new, right? New output type. Okay, it's still not processed, so I can generate still. Okay, click on output messages. Okay, then what will be happen? This is not PDF conversion. Okay, we selected LP01, right? This is not a PDF generation. It will be go to spool request. That means it is generating for the printer. It is searching for the printer and it is going for the printer to generate the printout manually. Okay, so those cases how we can do, we have to go SP01. Okay, and here the spools will be generated here. That spool, okay, you need to be check here. Okay, this is the PO output is generated. Okay, now from here you can take the print directly. Okay, so then output request is requested, then it is automatically printed in the your nearest device, whatever it is assigned. That is the script. It is that is output design. Then okay, once it is done, then you can see here this is the green color. So this is also green color. Okay. So what is the difference here? LOCL and LP01. LOCL is the PDF conversion. You can save into the desktop, and LP01, which is for the you can generate the output to and print out to the your nearest printers. Okay, clear?
Okay, okay. Both is not possible in single step, both save and print.
Sorry.